Hello Team Zug, and today we're going to make another video. As you can see here, I have 3 of my smallest Thomas toy ranges. We got the minis, the wind-up capsule playroll, and my busy book series. But what if I tell you there was another small Thomas range that was only in Japan? Well, let's see what I'm talking about. I have a collection of small toys of Thomas and Friends. Now you might be asking, what are these? Well, these are the Takara die-cast Thomas toys. And let me tell you, these toys are fantastic. They look accurate to the show enough. I love the faces they have. They just look so beautiful. So let's start. Let's start with the first one I got, which was the LBSC Thomas. Now, I really like the LBSC Thomas. Now, the LBSC Thomas was my first Thomas toy, and to be honest, when I first opened it, I thought it looked beautiful. It looked better than any of the Thomas toys I have, including the Trackmaster LBSC Thomas. I mean, just look at this. It's so accurate to the show. I mean, let's compare it to Minis. Minis was meh. It was okay. Didn't stand out to me like any of the other Thomas toys. Capsule Playroll is one of my favorite Thomas ranges, and I still like it to this day. However, it does have a few share of problems, like this wind-up Percy motor. As you can, if I try to turn it, it won't work. I'll just go back to start. Nothing else. So this Percy doesn't actually work. I hope one day I could get it to run again, but for now, he's not running. One day, Percy, I'll fix you. And as for the My Busy Books, well, they're just toys because they can't move anywhere. Yeah, they can move. But these look so accurate. I mean, unlike all the other ranges except for Capsule Playroll, they have side rods. Yeah, even though I wish they had moving side rods like Capsule Playroll do, I can't argue with that, because I do understand this was the second wave of the range. They made, a long time ago, they made the other little range, which was similar to it. The difference was, from the original, they added the couplers, and this, and the old version did not. Oh yeah, they also added the side rods. Now, many people would call it cheap, and I kind of do, but I do understand the situation, plus having these parts right here could block the side rods, so that was the only way. So I'm okay with that. Another problem that I wish they added for the LBSC Thomas was cab windows. It looks nearly accurate. Even the back lamp was not, even though it was molded in, it still looked like an actual lamp. But the windows are a big disappointment. Well, it kind of makes sense because no one really cares about the back windows, and I don't think there was ever a range that you got the back windows except for Earl, even though Earl didn't do it for their Earl Thomases. So other than that, the LBSC Thomas looks pretty good. I give my LBSC Thomas a 9 out of 10. And it's a top LBSC Thomas I 100% recommend. Now we got the Paint Splat Thomas, who has similar problems. I love the face. I appreciate the writers for not giving him a happy face. This also happened to the Busy Bee James. And Thomas looks so nice. But until when you get to the back doesn't have, you guessed it, no back windows and no paint. In Calling All Engines, which is based on, Thomas had paint at the back. And come on, Takara, you could have added Thomas paint on the back. This would have been a great opportunity. Even though I really don't like Calling All Engines, it will still be a fantastic model. Oh yeah, about this cab window, they're both separate stickers, and this one keep peeling off, so I put a little glue tack on it, which is invisible, so no one can see it. Although I give my Paint Splatter Thomas a 8 out of 10, not the worst, and definitely one of the best. And now we get to Edward, the other engine I have other than Thomas. And I'm going to say it. I love Edward. He's my favorite character. I think this model reminds me of the classic series of Edward. I don't think they were even trying with him with the CGI. This is 100% from the classic series. Guys, something that I just think. I think they had inspiration to make an Edward from the classic series. Never thought toy rangers like Takara from Japan watches the classic series still. When you look at the design, it looks pretty good, but when you get to the wheels, they were kind of a disappointment. These front wheels don't move, which was a little bit of a pity, but I don't complain. To be honest, when you look at it, they almost feel like actual wheels. But these ones move, and I'm pretty happy about that. Edward's my favorite character from all the other Rangers, so I give my Edward a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so Edward's definitely the best one. Now we get to the reason why I brought these 3 toys, the size. Let's compare it to my LBSC Thomas, since it was the first one. Let's start with... Alright, let's start with the minis. The minis, Thomas looks puny compared to this. This is the best Thomas. It's also a little bit too tall for my liking, and too small and stubby. If Katato had the chance to run the minis, I think they probably did a better job with the minis. I mean, I'm not saying I hate the minis. Actually, I kind of like the minis, but I have a few problems with them. Also, I don't have a screwdriver for these kinds of screws, so yeah, that's the main issue with either minis. Now we've got the Capsule Playroll. Capsule Playroll is a teeny bit better than the minis, and to be honest, it looks at the same height. They were trying to be accurate to the shows, and both of them do that. But I think Kotaro got away with it more because it has more charm to it. But to be honest, I can't argue with Capsule Playroll. They tried their best, and I'm not going to fight over. These are 2 toy ranges that were made by Japan, and to be honest, you can't really argue with that. So yeah, minis is almost just like Katara's version of Thomas. Now we get to my busy book versions, and I sadly don't own any of the Erdl minis, so yeah, that's a bit of a pity for me. Look at them, they're too puny compared to this, so yeah, basically it's too puny, and since Nia's so way tall, it just doesn't feel like a Thomas toy. So yeah, after comparing to this, Capsule Playroll is the same size as these. Well, not in the exact same size, but the size with them with the same height. They're the same height, but the size not actually. Minis, same issue with Capsule Playroll, except they're a bit too tall. And as for the My Biz books, well, they're too small. And Angela like Nia, she's too tall. Too long, I meant. So, one of my final... Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, if you guys want to buy one of these, I'm sorry to say that you can't get them from a store, because even though these toys, well, probably even Capsule Playroom, was sent all around the world, however, Takara thought it would be funny and hilarious if they only sell these toys in Japan, so less people in the UK, like myself, and many people around the world, other than Japan, will have a less chance of getting one. Even though they were made in China, so China might also have the chance of making them. Must be all Thomas toys were made in China, so it doesn't really matter to me. So, what are my final thoughts? I think Takara is the best Thomas range of all. It does have a few flaws. Most of them came with the 2 Thomases I have, but the process was fun and really handled well in my opinion. And do you know how to connect these? You do the... Hang on. You do this. You don't have to force anything. All you have to do is just click on it and they just tackle along. They even make like one set, and that is Tidman Sheds, which I don't own. Yeah, so that's my little collection here, boys and girls. It will continue to grow over time. I still want to find a normal version of Thomas, and then I can finally have a normal version of Thomas. And maybe I'll get other angels like Gordon, Percy, and Emily. Who knows? Right guys, that's all I have for today. If you like this video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!